You may not realise it, but Aston Martin Lagonda Global Holdings plc is in the midst of yet another turnaround effort, this time under new CEO Adrian Hallmark. Following years of losses, which you could just see here now in the chart, look how weak the stock has been over a number of years. That's been due to a declining order book. Lots of profit warnings have come along the way. There's been some quality control issues. And the desire now, the latest move from the new CEO, is a 5% reduction in its workforce, which is expected to save the company around £25 million annually. And there are continued supply chain issues with declining Chinese demand, and questions do still remain about the brand's ability to reverse its long-term decline. So given these uncertainties, let's just look at the data in a little bit more detail. Now, this chart just shows you the typical development of Aston Martin's share price between March and mid-May. And you can see here we're coming into quite a weak seasonal period. In fact, the average return has been a 26.45% fall. So, can cost cutting alone turn the tide? There's ongoing concerns about whether this still leaves Aston Martin with the need to get another round of fundraising. So it wouldn't be surprising to see further selling come in to Aston Martin despite this effort of a turnaround. Now, the only thing to note about this seasonal pattern is only 6 years of data. So typically you would want sort of 10 years of data minimum, but nevertheless, still it is very marked. But you can see just, how those losses have been so pronounced, month after month and year after year for Aston Martin. Now, technically, from a technical perspective in the near term, we've got a pretty strong resistance level at the 120 and another one up at the 130. So if we see a pullback to that area, will sellers lean against that resistance? It's definitely worth looking at. So given the seasonal outlook, will we see further downside for Aston Martin? Remember, don't just trade it, season exit. Come along here to season X, where you can find thousands more seasonal insights just waiting to be revealed. All outlooks have risks, and of course the trade risk here is that Aston Martin's restructuring efforts may actually offer long-term upside. This could potentially be a turnaround with the new CEO's planned. So seasonality indicates a historical weak period ahead, but it certainly isn't a guarantee. So previous seasonal patterns, remember, don't play out each and every year. Don't forget to use Season X for your professional handling of market moving events.